the untold stories of American heroes, forgotten soldiers who changed history. Introduction. Throughout American history, we celebrate our heroes, the generals, the famous battles, the pivotal moments that shaped this great nation. But what about the stories that have slipped through the cracks of time? The unsung heroes who risked everything, fought with unwavering courage, and whose names remain largely forgotten. These are the voices we must hear today. While many American war heroes are celebrated, countless others remain in the shadows of history. Today, we bring their stories to light. Welcome to Tales of American Wars, where we uncover the heroes who changed the course of history, but whose bravery was left unsung. Forgotten heroes of the Revolutionary War. When we think of the Revolutionary War, we often think of George Washington, Thomas Paine, and Benjamin Franklin, but there were many unsung heroes who risked everything in the name of liberty. Among them was Sally Franklin, a woman whose story has been buried by history, but one whose bravery is undeniable. Sally Franklin, the daughter of one of America's founding fathers, could not sit idly by as the war unfolded. Disguised as a man, she enlisted and fought alongside American patriots, enduring unimaginable hardships and the constant risk of discovery. She knew that if anyone uncovered her secret, the punishment for a woman fighting on the front lines would be severe, yet she fought on, undeterred by fear, driven by her belief in freedom. Her story is one of untold sacrifice. Sally Franklin fought valiantly in crucial moments like Bunker Hill, where her courage and resolve helped sustain the revolutionary cause. Though she remains largely absent from history books, her contribution to America's fight for independence is undeniable. Sally Franklin's legacy reminds us that throughout American history, women have been instrumental in shaping the nation's wars. Yet their sacrifices often go unrecognized. Civil wars, hidden champions. The Civil War remains one of the most defining moments in American history. Yet even among the celebrated heroes who changed the course of the war, many remain unknown to the public. One such hero was Robert Smalls, a man born into slavery who risked everything to commandeer a Confederate ship and sail it to freedom. In 1862, while working as a ship's pilot for the Confederate Army, Smalls saw an opportunity. The Confederate ship, the Planter, was docked at Charleston Harbor, and its officers had left. Seizing his chance, Smalls, with a small crew of fellow enslaved men, took control of the ship, navigated past Confederate forts, and sailed it straight into Union hands. In doing so, he provided invaluable intelligence and delivered the ship as a prize of war to the Union Navy. Smalls' daring escape was a turning point in the Civil War. It helped the Union Navy gain critical intelligence and provided a strategic advantage. Smalls' actions were a direct challenge to the system of slavery, and his bravery forever marked him as a hero in the Union cause. Despite his monumental feat, Robert Smalls' name is not as well known as other figures from the Civil War. His actions were overshadowed by history, but they were no less heroic. Smalls later became a hero of the Union and a key figure in the fight for African American rights. His legacy is a testament to courage, resilience, and the pursuit of justice in a deeply divided nation. World War II's unknown soldiers. World War II, the war that defined a generation, was full of brave men and women who fought for freedom. Yet many of these heroes remain hidden in the shadows. One such figure was Dorie Miller, a Navy cook who became one of the first African-American heroes of World War II after his incredible actions during the attack on Pearl Harbor. On December 7, 1941, Dorie Miller was stationed aboard the USS West Virginia at Pearl Harbor. Amidst the chaos of the Japanese attack and with no formal training on weaponry, Miller sprang into action. He manned an anti-aircraft gun and shot down enemy planes, helping to... Though his bravery saved countless lives that day, Dorie Miller's heroism was initially overlooked, his contributions ignored due to the racial biases of the time. While white soldiers received medals and honors, Miller's actions were largely downplayed, but time has finally recognized his bravery, and his legacy as a trailblazer for African Americans in the military is cemented in history. Dorie Miller's story is a reminder that history often overlooks the contributions of those who break barriers. But his legacy stands as a powerful testament to courage and the unyielding spirit of justice, even in the face of adversity. The Vietnam War was a conflict that brought pain, division, and heartache to America. Yet, amid the chaos, there were heroes whose contributions remain largely unrecognized. One of those heroes was Dr. William Bill Broyles, a civilian doctor who volunteered to serve in Vietnam and whose bravery saved countless lives. While soldiers fought on the front lines, Dr. Broyles was in the heart of the conflict, performing life-saving surgeries under constant fire with bullets flying and grenades exploding. Broyles' calm under pressure allowed him to perform surgeries that kept soldiers alive during though many of the soldiers he saved were hailed as heroes, Dr. Broyles' heroism was rarely recognized. His role as a civilian in the military was overlooked, but his contributions were no less vital. Dr. Broyles' actions in Vietnam stand as a reminder that heroes come in many forms. Some wear uniforms, while others wield scalpels. Conclusion. These forgotten heroes, whether they fought on battlefields, saved lives, or changed the course of history, remind us that every story matters. Heroes aren't always the ones we hear about, but they are the ones who shape the world we.
Conclusion. These forgotten heroes, whether they fought on the front lines of battlefields, saved lives under impossible circumstances, or made daring sacrifices that changed the course of history, remind us that every story matters. History is not solely made by the generals and the politicians we learn about in school. History is shaped by the countless individuals who, driven by courage and conviction, answered the call in their own way, even if it meant remaining in the shadows. When we think of war heroes, our minds often turn to the iconic figures. Those who stand in the history books, celebrated and immortalized. Yet, for every well-known name, there are many whose actions were just as heroic, if not more so, but who never received the recognition they so rightfully deserved. These unsung heroes didn't fight for fame, medals, or accolades. They fought because it was the right thing to do. They fought because, in their hearts, they believed in freedom, in justice, and in the ideals this nation was built upon. But for too long, their sacrifices were overlooked, their stories lost to time. Take Sally Franklin, for instance. She disguised herself as a man to stand side by side with men in battle, knowing that if she were discovered, she could face unimaginable punishment. She fought not for personal glory but for the cause of liberty. She is a reminder that women, though often excluded from the official narrative of war, have always played crucial roles in shaping OU.